Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a tutorial on this full glam pink look here using my palette. If you'd like to learn how to recreate it, then carry on watching. So first I'm going to start off with my eyebrows using the Boho Brow Soap and a spoolie brush, and I'm just going to push my brow hairs up and outwards. Then using the blank canvas acid rain paint from P. Louise, I'm going to use that product to carve out my eyebrows. I like using this as opposed to the normal eye base because it's more thicker and gives me a more dramatic line. So now we're just going to blend that in before it has time to set. For my eye base, I'll be using the P. Louise eye base number 2. I prefer using this product over my eyelid because it's more liquidy and hydrating and doesn't dry too matte. The first color I'll be using for my palette is Brownie, which is down in the bottom left corner. And I'm going to place this product through my crease and we're going to wing it out towards the end because we're going to do a winged out shape today. And I really love this color, it's very unique because it's more of a brown with a rosy tone to it. Next color I'll be using is Blush from the palette, and it's just a matte blush pink. And I'm going to be using that color to buff out the edges of Brownie. The next color I'll be using is Sweet Ass, which is a nice, it's kind of bright but not bright at the same time. It's a really good pink. This color is going to go in between Brownie and Blush, kind of like a sandwich. This is going to be our middle color. And I've been using the Zoeva 227 brush as well. Then we're going to dip into Brownie and Gigi. We're going to mix the two colors, and this is going to go back in the socket. We're going to re-intensify that socket and make sure all the colors are blending, so we should have a nice blend by now. Then I'm going to be applying the NYX glitter primer all over my eyelid, and I'll be using a pressed pigment from my eyeshadow palette, and it's important to use a translucent as your base, like a translucent primer. I do not recommend using a concealer because concealer doesn't have any adhesive to it, and also concealer dilutes the shine of your shimmers. So yeah, this is the color Pink Rosé. It's like a loose pigment but pressed into a pan form, and that's why you may find it more crumbly than the other shimmers in the palette, because those are just normal shimmers, normal foiled shimmers. Now I'm going to be applying a gel liner to my lash line. This is like a eggplant purple color. I would have preferred to use a brown or a burgundy, but I didn't have it on hand, so this was the next best thing. So you just want to apply that along the lash line. Then we're going to smudge it out with Gigi, which was the burgundy color from our palette. And you want to start with one eye first because you want to smudge it before the gel liner sets, so it's better to do one eye at a time. So we just connected it with our crease colors to exaggerate our winged out shape. And then I went again along the lash line with too much from the palette, it's just the darkest brown. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of a lash glue because we're going to stick on some glitter. This is Buff Head from my collection. I also have mixed it with a rose gold glitter from Iconic, which is more chunkier. And we're just going to place a tiny bit on the center of the eyelid. You may not see a dramatic difference, but in real life it really catches the light and the eye makeup becomes more reflective and foily looking. Now I'm going to apply some mascara before applying my eyelashes. I'm just using the Iconic mascara. And the lashes I'm using from Sassy Lash, and it's in the style Arabella, I think you pronounce it. I couldn't show it on camera because I didn't have the box anymore because I've used these lashes before. But I pretty much just cut them in half and applied them. Then I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I'm using the brow pomade from Maybelline, which is actually a really good drugstore product. We're going to lightly underline the brows, as you can see. I'm using the Ronja E4 brush, which is my favorite for eyebrows at the moment. And then we're just going to draw some hair strokes through the gappy areas of the brow. As you guys have noticed from my YouTube or Instagram, I've really been into the hair stroke laminated type of brow look. It's definitely taken me some time to practice it, but once you master it, it becomes much easier. Now I forgot to press the record button during this, but I just primed my skin using the MAC Stroke Cream, which is one of my favorite products. And then I went straight in with concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the color Shortbread. So I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes using the concealer brush. Then I'm going to drag it up to my temple. As you can see, it's going to exaggerate our winged out shape and almost give your eye a little bit of a lift, like an illusion, kind of like using face tape. Then we're going to go down the center of the face. You really want to brighten that area along the jawline underneath where you would normally place your contour, and then the chin. Then we're going to go in with Sama Kazami's foundation. It's one of my favorites, especially for brides. And we are pretty much going to place that product in all the areas that we didn't put concealer, as you can see. So all the negative areas, that's where we're going to put the foundation. And I'm just using a paddle brush. Then we're going to go in with a darker foundation, and we're going to use this more as a contour. So we're going to place this in the areas that we put the foundation. Now a lot of people would think this is a lot when they're looking at it, but it's actually not, because we are applying it as one layer and blending it as one layer, as opposed to doing foundation all at once and then second layer concealer and then third layer cream contour. So we're actually applying it all at one time, so it becomes one layer. So therefore, even though it looks like a lot of product, it's actually less because it's only one layer of products. So now we're going to blend it in. Now it may look tricky at first, but the trick is to blend in sections. So if you try this out, I do recommend blending your contour in first. So blend, 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 and then either use a different brush or clean your current brush off and then start blending in your concealer, or you can use a sponge for your concealer. So always blend in sections. So once I finished blending everything into place, I then went in with powder. I'm using the Fenty banana powder. We're going to do some very heavy baking. Anytime you see me stick a lot of powder on, that means I'm trying to go for that really dull face baked look. And it looks really good in videos and photos as well. So I'm heavily baking underneath the eye and exaggerating our winged out shape. And I'm using the Melissa Sassine sponge. I like this one for baking because it has the straight top, the flat top. Then I want to move on to contouring, and I'm using Dark Deepest from MAC. It's a mineralized powder and this Real Techniques brush. It looks very weird, but it works so well. So we're pretty much just setting our contour with that powder. Then we are going to bronze up using Sun Power, also from MAC. It's the mineralized powder. So Give Me Sun is my favorite, but I like using this one, which is Sun Power, when I'm fake tan, because it's more warmer and it warms up my skin, and it also has this red undertone to it, so it kind of acts like a blush. Then for actual blush, we are going to be using the color Mocha, also from MAC, and this is a really nice pink for like medium skin tone. I only apply a little bit because we already have enough pink on the eye, so I don't want to, be too much. Now it's time to take our bake away. So I used to just sweep it away with a brush, but I found every time I did it, it used to wipe away coverage, if that makes sense, if you guys experience the same thing. So I just like to pat it away with a powder puff. With powder puff. Then I'm going to highlight. I'm using the Sosu palette. I think it's the contour and highlight palette. And we're just going to highlight down our nose, and then a bit on the mouth, which is a waste of time in my opinion, because I just cover it anyways when I overdraw my lips, but whatever. And then we're going to do the cheeks. Now we're going to move back to the eyes. I'm going to do a very small thin liner on the inner corner of my eyes. I like to bring it in just a tad because it actually adds length to my eyes, so therefore making it look longer. But because my inner tear ducts are rounded, they're not pinched, it makes it hard for me to do that, so I have to do it like quite thin. And lastly, to complete the look, I'm going in with lipstick. This is the color Bear from Alamasca. I actually think this was a faulty named product, because I have another lipstick from this brand that says Bear, and they're two different types of nude, so I don't know what went on there. So I just applied that first, and then I went over with Gemma Isabella liquid lipstick and Angel Baby. It's a really pastel nude pink, and I just used that to neutralize the first lipstick. Then once it completely dried, I went in with lip liner around the edges. So this is Burgundy lip liner from Malcare. And then I went back in with Gemma Isabella's liquid lipstick and Angel Baby to re-highlight the center. This is going to make the lips look even more poutier, and then you can touch up your lip liner if you need to, if you apply too much of that product. So there you have it, you guys. Here is the before and the after. So that was my tutorial on this look here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And you can also hashtag JaiInspo on Instagram if you plan to recreate this look and post it on Instagram. So don't forget to use the hashtag. But yeah, that is the completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed it once again, and I will catch you guys on my next video. Bye guys.